Hey YouTube. This is gonna be a different type of video. I'm making it because I feel like it'll be useful to some of you out there. I'm gonna be uncomfortable on the camera, and I just want to share some of my story, I guess, my life story. Making this video I think is gonna be kind of weird. I don't really talk in front of the camera, so I'm just doing it to also get out of my comfort shell too, and to share a part of my life that I view kind of as a failure. So in the gaming industry, I think a lot of people play for fun, but then every so often I think you get the people that where gaming becomes like more than a hobby to them. I was one of those people, as you can imagine. And up up until I was in high school, I would just play games for fun, I think. And then I got pretty good at a couple of them, and I finally took Fortnite pretty seriously. And I know Fortnite, wow. Um, Once I graduated high school and was going into college, I was kind of like thinking about going pro in Fortnite. Luckily, they had the in-game tournament system and all that stuff. So I competed while doing my college degree, and I went to a couple of lands. I made some money, and eventually I quit. The reason why I think this is important to some of you guys is I feel like with Valorant and with the games out right now, a lot of you guys ask me the question in my chat, if I am this rank, how many hours or how many days do you think it'll take me to go pro? Or you probably are in college and you're like, I don't know what to do, but I like to play games. And that's just kind of like what I defaulted to. So I feel like someone out there, probably the majority of computer science majors for some reason, play a lot of video games and make it like their life essentially. So what I kind of want to get across here is that I wanted to teach you guys through my experiences what gaming was to me and like how it like developed who I am now and how I view myself now. So I ended up quitting Fortnite. And then I took a break. I was like, okay, I have to go to plan B. Plan B was college, right? I never really wanted to go through college. I only got my computer science degree and only went through the program because I liked computers and I was like, oh, computer science sounds cool. And my parents were like telling me to go to college, it's a safe thing to do. So I did it. Some of you out there are probably just like, why don't you, go full-time pro and stuff like that. So I was asking myself the same thing. So I did stick it out for college. I did get my degree, and then I finished it in 3 years instead of four. And for that extra year that I gave myself, so the fourth year, I told my parents and told myself that I was going to take a gap year and not go for a job and pursue pro Valorant. This was already after I grind the rank ladder. I hit rank 1, and I was like just dabbling in the game. I was playing it for fun, right? I already failed going pro in Fortnite, so I was just like, let's just enjoy Valorant and we'll just play it to play. And then I graduated, and I was like, okay, I want to try competing again, and I did for a year. Built my team from the ground up. I linked up with one of my old Fortnite duos, Bobovo. You guys might know him. We met a couple of ranked players, and we just built our roster from the ground up. We kept grinding for months and months until we finally found like a decent team. And somewhere along the way, we hit top 50. We were like pretty decent, I would think. I wouldn't really consider ourselves tier 2 or anything, but we had pretty close games against tier 1 teams or tier 2 teams. And I mean, we were okay. You guys can look up the team name, Run It Down, and we played under Run It Down, and we also played under For Real. You guys can look up those on VLR if you're curious. And going back to Fortnite, if you want to look me up, it's just Dopai. You can probably find it on like Wikipedia if you guys want receipts or something, or you think I'm lying to you. But the reason why I mention all of this is because I'm not pro now, right? I'm a guy that makes YouTube videos, that streams sometimes, and does some coaching. But I think the important thing here is that I didn't make it pro, and I feel like I view that time of my life as like a failure. I was talking to someone earlier and they worded it as like, I view it as like a stain in my life, which some of you guys might find surprising or not. I realize making this type of video, there's going to be people that are going to be like, why is he making this type of video? And there's going to be haters and things like that, just because it seems kind of useless maybe. But I think it will, for a few of you guys, I think it will be relatable. So I know a lot of you guys are trying to improve at Valorant, and I just want you to ask yourself, like, what is your end goal here? I didn't really ever have an end goal. I told myself I wanted to go pro, but it wasn't like a real goal of mine. It was just like, I don't know what else to do, so I'm going to try to go pro. And if I don't go pro, I'm going to have to do an office job from 9 to 5. That's what I told myself. That pressure got to me. The entire year I was competing for Valorant, I couldn't do it as much as I wanted to. I feel like if I was in a different mental headspace, I could have made it. I stopped playing ranked because I was getting tilted from the game. I practiced, but I could have done more. My mind was just always constantly telling myself I wasn't good enough. I would wake up reading webtoons. I would go to bed reading webtoons. I would watch YouTube videos. I would watch, just anything to just distract myself. And I spent hours on like doing things that wasn't grinding Valorant. And if you're trying to make it pro, you can probably do it with a balanced lifestyle, a healthy one, where like you have your own free time and things like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like I didn't want it enough, and my mental wasn't in the place to where I was able to like encourage myself to actually pursue it. And I just want to warn you guys, because if you're just trying to go pro or improve at Valorant or anything in your life just because you don't know what else to do, you might be better off finding that answer first, or finding and doing the things that will be good for you before you pursue anything super crazy. And for me, that was, trying to take better care of my health. So before, as I was competing, maybe a year ago now, it's been a while, I was really unhealthy. I'm 5'10", that's my height, and I was below 100 pounds. You guys can probably think that's crazy, right? I was 21, 22, just super underweight, playing video games all day, going to bed, reading webtoons, convincing myself that the path to pro was where I wanted to be. After I quit, some personal stuff happened afterwards. It kind of got my headspace into gear. I started taking care of myself and learning, reading books, listening to podcasts, and I guess I like to call it like my glow up arc, which I'm still going through for sure. I don't want to ramble for too long because it's already been going on, and I feel like I've gotten the majority of my point across, but you have a limited amount of time, right? Life is short. People think it's long, at least in the moment I thought it was long. You get older and you realize all those hours you wasted doing X, Y, or Z, not really well spent. Or if it was well spent, maybe you could have done it a little bit better to make it super worthwhile, I pursued my dream that I thought was my dream, and I still have regrets because I didn't make it. And hopefully by making this video, I can view my failures as a learning step and not really a failure. But I really encourage you guys to figure out why you are even playing Valorant, why you're watching this video in the first place, and not waste so much time. And don't play Valorant or any video game or indulge in your hobby for so many hours. You know, I don't regret playing the game, but I do regret not making it. And I didn't make it because I wasn't fully present and actually grinding. If that makes sense. So get your priorities straight, figure out what you want to do. If you don't know what it is you want to do, you have to experience more of life. I'm probably the last person you want to ask for advice on that, but I haven't experienced any life. And I wish I knew this, I guess, when I went into it, because I feel like maybe I would have taken it more seriously. But also some lessons I feel like you just have to learn yourself. So hopefully this can bring some awareness to you guys. Try not to waste time. Take care of yourself. Some things that I've been doing to take care of myself ever since my glow up arc, which I'm going to share what you guys might think is cringe. I started doing morning walks. This helped my sleep schedule. Also helped clear my head. I started reading. I have a couple of good books that I like. How to Win Friends and Influence People, or something like that. Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I just finished reading that one. I'm now reading Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read The Slight Edge. I read Millionaire Fastlane, Compound Effect, and I've listened to David Goggins audiobooks. I'm definitely still pretty early in my journey of trying to be the better version of myself. And I just encourage you guys to read and have time for yourself and kind of figure out what it is you guys want to do. That's just what I want for you guys, because that's what I would have wanted for myself. And I didn't know the it's not like I didn't think about it, I just didn't know the answer because I wasn't taking care of myself. I just wake up, play video game, watch anime, read webtoon, you know, play more video game, go to bed, rinse, repeat for a whole year. And honestly, for my entire life. But that was like the year that I felt like if I put myself into it, I could have made it. Like no more excuses, you know. You're not juggling college anymore. You're pursuing pro. Like, you know, you have all the time in the world. You should be able to make it. And I didn't. And that was kind of like a reality check for me. And then, like I said, some personal stuff happened. So I don't want to get too much into that now, because that's not the important part of this video. But yeah, I've been saying the same thing now for 13 minutes, 12 minutes. The reason why it's so all over the place is I feel like I was just sitting in front of the camera for so long, so I just had to hit record. So I think I've said the things I wanted to say. I'll leave you with, make sure you take care of yourself. I didn't even say everything I was doing. Morning walks, gym, so I was exercising. If you're scared about going to the gym, you can do some home workouts. That's where I started. I watched like hybrid calisthenics videos. I was doing home workouts. Eventually I was like, okay, I should probably go to the gym. Went to the gym on and off. I've been doing it on and off for months now, but the important thing is I've made significant progress since then, but I still need a long way to go. Right now I'm like 124 pounds. My highest is probably like 129, but I've lost a little bit, so I think I'm okay with the progress. I just need to keep going. Another habit I've started doing is journaling every night. Highly encourage you guys to get a journal. Writing down your thoughts is very, very, very helpful. Super understated. If you guys don't want to do it through a journal, like a physical one, you can download an app. There's plenty of journaling apps. You can even just write it in your notes app. But if you guys are, if anything that I said to you resonates with you, I highly recommend a journal. You'll be able to listen to yourself. You'll be able to write to yourself. It slows down your thoughts. You can try being nicer to yourself. Helps you keep you accountable. So highly recommend. And then the other habits, I guess, would be reading. I try to read 10 pages a night. I'm not perfect on that either, but I try to. And then gratitude journaling is good if you want to. Write 3 things that you're grateful for at the start of the day. I was really good on that, but I stopped doing it. Now it's kind of like here or there. And then another good habit is meditation. This is the one I struggle the most with, but I think it's probably the most useful, aside from journaling and morning walks. I use the Headspace app. I've used the free app called Medito, Medito, and I've used the Waking Up app that you can get free trials for and stuff. So I think they're all fantastic. You can try a couple of them out, see what you like. But the important thing about meditation, I think, is being okay with sitting with your thoughts. And that was probably the most important thing for me because I'm very critical with myself. So yeah, I definitely need to get into more meditation. But regardless, I've been talking for a long time, 15 minutes. At this point, you're probably getting bored. Hopefully something I said to you helps. If it wasn't, it's just a random video. There probably won't be too many of these, but I would like to push my channel in this direction in the future. Aside from just doing Valorant content, I'm hoping that a lot of people that were in my shoes, I can help you get out of the daily cycle of just playing video game and not a real purpose. So yeah, hopefully I see you guys in my channel, and I guess take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching.